when you overcommit, when you overpromise, and you get stuck because there's too much to do, you get overwhelmed. It's a horrible feeling to be in, and we're going to talk about it today. Roll. Welcome back to another video. As we move through September, we're looking at this awesome opportunity to find that growth we were looking for. We might have stumbled down the road and we may have not made it all the way, and you're probably thinking, hey, what can I do now to get moving? Got a great email here from somebody who has found themselves in a situation where it kind of sucks. Hi Nikos, I'm doing way too much. I'm trying to keep up, but I screwed up how much work I have. So you overcommitted, you overpromised. I'm gonna make a whole series on that. Stay tuned. It is discouraging to me. I feel like I'm failing. I've heard you say you do a lot. How do you handle it? I do a lot. I do a lot of things, and the reality is that it's a more of a, I would say, a balance. I create a balance of the things I can do and the things I can't do, and I place myself in a position where saying no is critical. I will say no to people. I'm not going to go above and beyond what I can do. You clearly have, and I've been here before, and this is where no is critical. Now, I don't know your story 100%, and like there was more to this, idea behind you emailing me, and this is where you have to ask yourself, why are you in this position first? This is the step one. Why are you here? So if we were in a coach call, I'd be saying, hey, there's way more to this. What's going on? Tell me your whole, scenario. And a lot of the times when people say, it's discouraged me because I screwed up on how much work I have, it's usually coming from somebody who was a yes man, for one. They were like, yes, I'll take that contract. Yes, I'll do this work. Yes, I'll do this. I'll do this. And then they can't keep up. They can't keep up, and they're going, what do I do now? How do I do this? Secondly, it may be because you overestimated the amount of time you have with everything, because you thought that you can get things quicker, and maybe you did something that you've never done before, you promised on it, and all of a sudden you're wasting way too much time trying to solve it. I find this a lot with web people, like website guys. They'll call me, they're like, hey, can you do this for me? I don't know how to do it. And these are people that I've met through 13 years of connecting with people, and we know each other, and everybody's got their skill sets, but then they'll get into a database situation and they're like, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm doing with this database. And I'm like, okay, you clearly don't know a lot about databases. You took this contract, now what? And they're outsourcing that now, and they're finding the way to mitigate the risk so they're not getting hammered down and getting their reputations on the line, really. So getting their reputation hit really hard with not being able to deliver. And if this is a business, really, you gotta ask yourself, do you have your business set up properly? Is the procedure of you going out, getting a client and working through all the requirements and then delivering, is that procedure set up right? Have you done it in a way where it's allowing you to grow? If this is not set up properly, you will suffer. I have been there, and that was because I was like, yeah, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, and it takes a toll, because at the end of the day, you're creating a business, and the question is this business for you to have a job, or is this business so you can have a business that's growing with people being hired so that you can do the things you love to do? And if you're telling me, hey Nico, I don't want to grow in that way, I just want to have this consulting business, I just want to work on myself, then clearly you have set yourself up for failure in going after a lot of clients if you can't say no. You need to know how much time you have in any given week, and because of that, you really have to ask yourself, how do I draw that back and be able to say no? I will do more videos on the process of this, but this is the reality of where you're at. You need to focus on this. You need to say to yourself, all right, what am I doing right now, and how do I fix the immediate situation I'm in? And that would be simply to sit down and say, these are all the projects I have. These are all the work I got to do. And now I'm gonna look at all the critical ones first, and I'm gonna place them at the beginning of this timeline. So I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna say, these need to happen first. Now, also you gotta look at all the timeline requirements. And you're gonna put the timeline requirements down. So you're gonna say, all right, in this first bit of time, I need to do the critical things first, and I need to do the timeline ones first. So the things that need to be done within a specific amount of time. And what I'm gonna do is each day, I'm gonna work on them for X amount of time, whatever percentage you deem necessary on that requirement, so that you can have it done by a specific date. That will be your deliverable. And then you're gonna be able to look at all your deliverables and say, which one am I not gonna find enough time to meet that expectation? So if you have a client that was like, hey, we need to have this done in 2 weeks, and you promised you would, you're gonna look at all of them, and you're gonna go back to the clients that you're not gonna be able to deliver, that they're going to be able to say, you know what, it's fine, just another week will be fine, so you can buy yourself more time on those projects. There was a guy I was working with he was teaching me how to do some video stuff, and he fell into this because all of a sudden all these wedding things came up, and I was like, just call your clients and be like, hey, this is the dealio, I had this happen to me, and this is my situation right now. Are you okay with a week out? This is my schedule that I'm creating right now. And he was surprised. Almost everybody, with the exception of 2 Bridezillas, okay, with the exception of those 2, everybody was like, take your time. I just want to see them sometime before Thanksgiving. And he's like, Thanksgiving? What just happened? And the reality was that his workload just dropped huge. And the reality is he's in that specific industry where if I was if I was the husband of one of the couples, and my wife was like, no, we need it as soon as possible, I'd be like, do I really want the quality to suffer because I want these things quicker? I don't. I know these things take time, to make the videos, to do all this stuff. And I mean, maybe, before I started doing all this stuff and really diving into it, I didn't think it was that hard, and I thought, well, why can't they finish it in a day? But it takes time, and it takes your mindset to be in it, to be creative. This is the other thing. And and a lot of them were just a lot of the people there were like, no, you take your time. And there was the 2 Bridezillas who were like, I want it now. Like, what are you talking about? I paid you money. And they didn't ask for him for money back, nothing like that. So this is where this timeline has to be created, so you know exactly what you're going to be doing, so you can do these deliverables, so you're not spending a lot of time on the phone with people going, where is it, or emails, hey, can you get it done, This is you being honest with yourself first, and then with the clients that you signed up. And then once you get through this, it's really going and looking at it from a perspective of, how did I fall into this position? How do I change it for the future? I will be making more videos on all this stuff so that we can really see how to promise people properly, how to really set deliverables, and then how to really move forward and rock it with our goals. Because right now, the place you're in, oh man, I've been there, and that mindset kills you. You can't be efficient at all. So once you set this schedule up, reach out to the people you can, and once you do all this, you're off to the races. Lastly, look at the work you can't finish on time and go, how do I outsource it? Find somebody to outsource, take a hit on that contract that you had, outsource whatever you can, and all of a sudden the workload goes down, and you're off to the races. This is to re-plan out how you're going to think through your business so that this doesn't happen again, and life becomes beautiful again. It's all about, how do I limit the opportunity for me to stress over whatever I'm doing, and that is all about you planning. This is what planning is all about. You're planning so you don't have these risks hanging over your head and then you're stressing about them. My name is Nico Zarantas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit a like if you like what you see, of course. Leave your comment, and maybe you've been in this situation, and maybe, just maybe, somebody will read it, and you might help change your life.